Hello again everybody and welcome back to Mission 1 of the Cold War Warrior campaign. I just got airborne, I've got my wingman rejoining behind me, and I've got the strike package heading on out to Steer Point 2 where we're going to rendezvous here in about 10 minutes, so I need to push it up a tad to get back on timing. I've still got another 118 kilometers to go. So I might be a little bit late on the rendezvous. I can always cut the corner a little bit to get caught back up with the strike package, so I'm not that worried about it. So, let's see here. So let me find a good map just to give it a good overview. Okay, this is the one that I'll probably use until I get into the target area. But, yeah, heading out to the rendezvous location now. So on my RWR, I've still just got the C for the AWACS aircraft that'll be off to my right and above me at this point. Can't see any contrails out there anymore, but I know he's out there. Speaking of the AWACS, let me call for a quick... Okay, I have no AWACS left. Surely that is my AWACS out there radiating, but I have no comms menu for him. Let me exit that and try one more time. Yeah, I've just got nothing. And he just went off station, so maybe I won't have AWACS coverage for this mission. But I did get at least a few calls in the previous video. I had at least 2 groups up out there over the target, over at least the NATO lines. So I'm not too worried about it, but okay, now he's back up. But okay, I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, air threat possible, but not likely considering I have some good assets covering me. Okay, 2 is rejoined, and let me get some navigation going. So I'm heading directly to Steer Point 2. If I wanted to come over and fly the needle that you see here on my ADI, I can just put it into a bank to align the needle, and this is going to get me back onto my desired ground track. So I'm a little bit left of the track right now. If I just fly the needle, it's going to eventually level me back out and turn me to the left, just like it did right there. So if I just follow the needle on around now, it will put me on the correct ground track. So altitude as briefed was 2,000 meters, and airspeed as briefed was 600. So I do need to pick up some speed here and get this thing going. Okay, 2 still there. No sign of any of the other package elements. I know that I had some Su-25s still on the ramp. They appeared to be waiting to take off behind me, and a flight did get airborne before I did. Okay, I have an X on my RWR. That's off my nose. That is like a medium range radar. It is low signal strength. I can tell that by the inner dial, the little round area. You can see the 2 bars on the right side that are lit up. So the closer I get to it, or the stronger the signal, the more of those bars will be lit up until it comes all the way back around to the 6 o'clock position, going counterclockwise. Okay, that's... Let me trim the aircraft out here. A little too much altitude, but that never hurts. I still got a long ways to go here. So, tell you what, I'm going to continue with the navigation and come back whenever anything happens, and hopefully we'll get to the target area at the end of this video, so I'll be right back. And checking back in with you at 10:15. I'm about 5 minutes from the scheduled rendezvous point. I still have about 76 kilometers to go. I'm up at about 600 kilometers per hour. So I'm about a minute behind track here, so I'm going to, once I get there, cut the corner to the right to get back onto at least the briefed time on target. So 2's been calling out mud spikes, same spikes that I was having earlier, and now we have another one up. We have an N. That's an airborne radar off to my left. That one just came up as I started talking here. Those are probably those MiG-23s. Friendlies, if they're off to my left like that. That's where I would expect the part of the package to be. So, yeah, that's the situation. I'll come back once I get to the rendezvous. And checking back in with you at 10:18. Still about 46 kilometers out. I've got visual on part of the package. They look to me like the MiG-27s, possibly the Seed flight, or possibly the MiG-23s. It's a 4-ship, so it's possible it's my fighter sweep. So everything is still on track. I'm happier with the timing now. Still got the spike off to my 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and number 2 is still back there tucked in off the right wing. So coming up at about 40 kilometers out, about a minute and a half from the push time at the rendezvous location, so I'll be back then. Okay, coming back up about 20-30 seconds to push, 27 kilometers, and I am cutting the corner a little bit. The rendezvous is off to my left, so I'm going to bring it around to the right and start to lose some altitude. Looking out there in the distance, I've got the lake that is going to...
Strike package departing rendezvous point.
Okay, copy, departing the rendezvous point. Just looking around for other members of the package. I know that they're going to be out there to my left, and I'll meet up with them if I just fly this heading. Let me select the IP as my next steer point. I'm just going to fly direct to the IP from here, and that will put me right back on the desired timing, and I'll see the rest of the package coming up here on my left. I'm also going to go for the deck because we are starting to get into the bad guy territory. So I've got the lake coming up on my right, so I know that my desired ground track is going to be just following that lake on up. I should, at the end of it, right out there off my nose, see the IP, the Ust-Labinsk town. I'm going to pick up a road and then take that road to the right. That's where my column is going to be. So it's too far out now to start to pick up on anything on the ground out there. But I am on the right track, so let me go ahead and get the systems set up, make sure that I'm ahead of the game so that I can just be outside the cockpit looking around once I do get to the IP in the target area. So let me go ahead and go to air to ground. That's keyboard 7. And on this initial run, I'm going to use the dispensers right there on my... I've got to learn the numbering, so that'll be number 1, 2, 3, 4. Station 4, 5, 6, 7. Station 4 and 7 have the... Is that right? No, that'd be 4 and 6, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4 and 7 have the dispensers. I've got them selected right down here, and they're going to be up and ready when I'm ready to dispense on the target. Still don't see the rest of the package. I know they're out there just off to my left. Probably just a little bit out of range right now for me to pick them up visually. So 700... Yeah, about 650, 700. I need to just maintain about 700 kilometers per hour on the Ingress. Okay, still got the air-to-ground, what I presume is an air-to-ground radar. I think that's what an X always is. Just a medium-range air-to-ground radar. And you can see the intensity starting to pick up. The signal strength bar is all the way around past the 12 o'clock position, coming back around to the 11 o'clock. So as we get closer, it's getting stronger and stronger, and I need to set my gun sight up also. I'm going to lower the gun sight so that the reticule is going to be visible. I'm not going to put it down all the way, but I'll have it there just enough so that I'll be able to pick up the target in it and then dispense using that as a reference. Okay, 2 is still out there. No sign of the rest of the package. I take that back. I thought I caught a glimmer up there to my left. But they're there. They're there. I just need to press on for the IP. And I'll bring it on around and get this going. So I'll tell you what, I'll be back once I'm a little bit closer and things start to happen. Okay, picking things up at 10:25. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes since I talked to you last. 40 kilometers from the IP. I've got the rest of my strike package in sight, just out in front of me. I'm about 30-45 seconds behind the timing on this. I'll manage that better next time, I'm sure. But yeah, 5 minutes to get started and to get airborne for me is just... It's not really that enjoyable. I wish I had a little bit more time, but I'll make do. It looks like a friendly ground unit right below me, so that is expected. I should have friendlies all the way up to the IP, up to the last little town that I see here with the trees out in the distance. Okay, I've got the IP in sight.
2 minutes to target.
Okay, copy 2 minutes. Okay, that's the IP in sight. That's the town. My target is going to be to the northeast, to the right. Still a little bit too far out to start picking things up. I've got visual on some more friendly targets out here below me. But, okay, at least I have the good references now. So just coming around one more time. Okay, set up on the IP. I've got the right station selected. I've got 2 in position. Now, I've got to remember how to manage the wingman here. I am going to wait until the wingman calls visual on some targets, and I might need to just have him follow me into the target area once just to pick up visual and just kind of get the targets into his his brain, his computerized brain, or whatever you want to refer to the AI as, and then send him in. I don't think he's just going to go in and take out the right stuff if I send him in right now. Okay, it's back 10 o'clock. Okay, gotcha. That's an aircraft at 10 o'clock, so my fighter sweep should be taking care of that. That might actually be friendly fighters. Okay, it's back 10 o'clock, same type. Gotcha. Okay, now looking to the northeast of the IP, I've got the target. Is that not a column right there? And just past the river, that's a column on a road. Okay, I've got the rest of the strike package in front of me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is come up here to the IP. I'm going to have to pop up a little bit to gain some altitude so I can be confident on this release, but I just want to run in along. Okay, friendlies. Okay, the other package elements are in now. They're taking out those other forces that we saw during the briefing that are due north of the IP. Okay, still got visual on that column. Okay, power lines is a reference. Okay, so I'm just going to push on in, take 2 with me, and see what we can make happen here. Okay, 800, so I'm approaching my max speed, and I'm going to have to manage that. I'm also going to have to manage my fuel state. Running around at max throttle at low level like this, I'm down to 2,800 liters, so I need to keep an eye on that. What are you coming over me? You are a... hard to tell. It was one of ours at the very least. Okay, visual. Okay, that'd be possibly the Roland out beyond it. And this is where mission planning pays off. I wouldn't know all this stuff if I hadn't spent like an hour and a half planning this thing. So, okay, let's get ready to pop up and roll in on these guys. Let me push it on up. I'll keep looking around. I'm a little bit too focused on the target right now. I'm going to auto dispense countermeasure, so I've got flare going out right now and chaff. At about a 2-second interval. Okay, let me come back around. Contrails up high. Okay, gotcha. Let me look out to the left. Okay, those are enemy forces right there. They've been hit, but that's still a threat. Okay, acquisition radar of some sort. Okay, I'm dispensing. Rolling in. Boy, this is a sluggish aircraft with all this weight on it. I'm going to complete the roll on this guy so I can maintain a track. Okay, coming up on a release. Laser. Dispensing. Off target right. Okay, continuing to dispense. Let me move around and be unpredictable. Couldn't see the impact on that. I'm assuming that was a good run. Okay, looked like it might have been a little bit long. I think I got some good hits though. Okay, spike, aircraft. Okay, 2, you should have a good visual on those locations. So 2, let's go flight, engage, mission and rejoin, F7. I'm going to cycle back out here to the IP. I'm going to cease dispensing. I'm back over the friendly area. See if I can pick these guys up one more time. Okay, IP. Threat. Let me dispense just in case. I don't like that. That's something behind me. That's interesting. Am I interpreting that right? That's something behind me and to the left. Possibly a Hawk acquisition radar, which concerns me greatly. I need to go for some, take it down. Either Hawk or maybe one of those Gepards. Okay, I hope 2 was doing something about that. I didn't hear him call anything at all. Okay, you're friendly. You're Sukhoi. What are you? Okay, I have to assume that's no threat, or that's not something guiding on me. Although that's probably an incorrect assumption, so I'm used to the Su-25. Okay, let me come back around, assess the situation. I'm in no danger right now other than whatever that is. Puzzling. Of course, you'll be able to see Tacview and see exactly what this is. Tell me that's not an F4 or something crazy like that. Just in case, let me go flight cover me. F7. Okay, I'm going to set back up on the IP and make one more run along that same axis. I am going to pop off some chaff. That just seems odd. That's got to be a hawk. Okay, IP, power lines, tally target. Just going to make one more run with that last dispenser. See what I can make happen here. Can we pull the throttles back in a little bit? I want this to be my last run on this target. Okay, so coming around. Same thing. Pop up, roll in, off target right. Okay, throttles up again. Threats to my left. Okay, that radar is definitely a hawk. It's definitely off my nose. I don't think it's going to be a threat though. Okay, let's pop up. Okay, roll in. Set up on these guys one more time. Laser designator on. Dispensing. Okay, that's it for the dispensers. Let me go off right. Did I at least take out some of those Gepards, the AAA? I think I did. I didn't see anything firing back at me until I just glanced back then and saw something firing back at me. Okay, let me jink around a little bit. Come back off to the right. It's a missile launch. Okay, that was 2. Firing on the target. Okay, still no damage to those guys. Still got that hawk light me up. Do I make one more pass? I think I do. Well, that's stupid. Why would I do that? But okay, 2's still back there. I'll make one more pass at the very least. I can pick up 2 and get out of the area. Let me go for those rockets. Okay, pods. Okay, rocket pod selected. I don't want to come in from this same angle, but I'm set up for that, so I'm going to take it. Okay, visual, power lines, road. Target. Okay, looking left, no threats. Let me get aligned. I'll just roll in. That's 2. I'll do these from a longer range. Laser designator on. I'll just fire these rockets in there off right. That's a missile launch on me. I need to make this happen quick. Okay, off. And chaff. I think I'm okay. I think it broke lock. If not, I'll turn into it. Let me see if I can time this. Okay, you are coming at me, are you not? Okay, broke lock in either case. Let me take it off to the right. I was trying to keep visual. If I got to the point where I could actually see the missile, I was going to turn into the missile, see if I can make the missile run out of energy. But okay, I'm off this target area. I'm heading for home, so let me go ahead and call up the steer point. Okay, let me go back to the navigation mode. Steer point. Okay, that'll take me back home. So what do I have to do here? I need to come back around to the... Okay, let me get oriented here. I'm heading due east. I don't want to head due east. Let me head back due south. That would be a smart thing to do. But it's okay. I'm back over my... I'm far enough south that I don't have to worry about the enemy. I'm back over my lines at this point. And just in case 2 didn't get the word, let me go flight. Where is the rejoin? It's got to be under go formation. Rejoin. Okay, now I can just go direct for home. Fuel state, how am I doing? Not very well at all. 1,800 liters. That's okay, though. That's okay. I could get rid of some of this excess weight. I could get rid of the... I'll consider jettisoning stuff. I can go high on the egress and conserve fuel that way. If I get in a desperate situation, I can start to get rid of the... get rid of some extra weight. Okay, so let me just put her into a climb and assess the situation. I know I was supposed to have put a break in the video back there at some point. I might go back and edit it so the timing works out in either case, but I don't know. I think I did all that I could there. 3 passes was just overkill. I mean, the strike package at Egress, I wish I would been able to keep a little bit better track of where the strike package was. I know that they were out of the area and it was just me and 2 out there. Apparently the seed fly did not get one of those hawks. I know that had to have been a hawk on me. I don't think a Roland would have been able to get me from that long a range, so it had to have been one of those hawk sights. But yeah, that was cool. I've got to see the Tacview on this. It'll be an interesting debrief. But unless I'm very much mistaken, I'm out of the woods. I'll come back with some more navigation or whenever anything interesting happens, whichever occurs first.